This program is brought to you by the members of WCNY. Thank you. Coming up on Gamechangers, Coach Jack and I break down an exciting start to the new season. Then we'll get to know team captain Sophie Burrows and see how she and her teammates are making a difference in the community. And finally, we'll look ahead at the games to come and what the team will need to do to keep the wins coming.
We're growing this thing the right way. We're our authentic self, and guess what? The community is receiving us.
And I really just think that we're going to go far this year, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Every day you shape their skills, their confidence, and now their financial future. Introducing Bank of America Advantage Safe Balance Banking for family banking. A parent-owned bank account. A hands-on banking experience for your child. No monthly maintenance fee until your child turns 25. Their first debit card. Mobile and online banking access. Flexible parental controls right from where you manage your account. Set spending limits. Manage where they make purchases. View their account activity. When they're ready, they can grow into an account they own. The same account and debit card numbers with more features. Each step helps them on the path to financial freedom. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
The start of a new season. You guys play Stony Brook. What's the message to the team before you tip off a new chapter?
This year, we're talking defense. Defend what we think belongs to us. And so I think our team has really bought into it. How cool is that? You know, if I would have stuck with something, maybe it would have been better last year. But this year, I think defense has really been our main thing. And our shots are going to fall. Sometimes they're not. Right now, they're not. We're not scoring a whole bunch of points at the three-point line, but we're defending. And so I think we held Albany to like 10 points in the first half. We only scored 27, but if you can hold somebody to 10, that's still darn good.
What did you take away from those first couple of performances, Stony Brook and Albany?
I got good kids, man. They buying into what we're selling. They really understand the assignment. Give your best effort, period. Yes, you're gonna make mistakes. Let's not hang our hats on mistakes. Let's hang our hats on next moments, opportunities to be with your sisters in the battlefield and overcoming things and having obstacles and having success, but sticking together. We continue to do those type of things. I think this could be a fun year for all of us.
The leading scorer in that Stony Brook game was a name that may surprise a few people, Shy Hawkins. What did you take away from her performance?
She's been working so hard to become a better version of herself. And she's not one of those players that said, I need to be the MVP, I need to be the best whatever. She just wants to be the best version of herself. And she's becoming, and she's working her tail off. She's getting with coaches and watching film. She's really understanding the offensive segments and what A looks like, B, if you go already to C, what that looks like. And she's getting it. She's not where she needs to be right now, but I tell you, she's wide open to becoming the best version of herself.
Your pair of transfer guards, Layla and Dominique, they combined for 24 points and 12 assists in that first game, but defensively, maybe more impressive with their steals and their blocks. How much of an emphasis are you putting on them kind of setting the tone on that end?
Well, that's who they are. That's innately who their person is. But they're the biggest cheerleaders on the bench when they get subbed out, too. They're the biggest stickler when it comes to the coach making a bad decision and sharing that with me. They're mature. They've been through some things, as you can tell, and they've won a lot of games. And I've given them permission to not just be a student athlete, but also pour into me so I can be the best version of myself. We've not been around all these players that's been to a Final Four, and both of them have. And so how do you help me help this team?
From the upperclassman to an underclassman, Camden Nelson got her first start in that first collegiate game. How do you think she handled the moment?
That first, quarter and a half, she was just a freshman trying to, not drown. But then it settled in, and then she became that player that we knew she can become, a leader, talking to upperclassmen, telling them where to go, understanding what the plays were, not just from her position, but from every position. And then you can almost watch it chronologically, the game slow down in her head. And she's been really good ever since.
Albany, next game, leading scorer in that one, Uche Zoje. I want to know, have you ever coached a player with her combination of size and skill?
Well, I was working with USA Basketball, so I coach the best players in the world.
Yep.
But at the collegiate level, absolutely not. It's just to have that kind of talent in your gym on a daily basis, it just makes you smile. And what makes you even smile to the point you can see my tonsils is her personality. She's the young lady that will play so hard and look like, oh my God, that's the star player. And then you come to the film session, you have Journey carrying her in her arms. I'm like, put her down. You know, this is a fun group of young ladies. And Uche, she's a young lady that can score 25 points without a blink of an eye. Another young lady reminds me of Deasia Fair, that all of a sudden, you know, in the fourth quarter, she has 18 points or something. Uche has that possibility of doing that, and she would do it with grace. She'll do it within her team. She won't try to take advantage of, I'm the star player, let me show you, give me the ball 100 times a minute. She said, as the game comes to me, I'll do whatever it takes for us to have success.
Sophie Burrows, another one of your uber talented players on this roster. She hasn't shot the ball up to her standard in the first couple of games, but it seems like she's still contributing in a lot of ways.
She's a leader. She's our captain. I want her to not be a leader or a captain right now. I want her to just get inside of herself and find that tiger that displayed itself against Virginia Tech and a multitude of other games last year. And she got mad. They hurt her player, her teammate. Her teammate could have had a blown ankle, and she got mad. And she showed her madness. She got the ball, she shot that thing with a fire. She defended with vigor. She was passionate on the bench and pointed to the team about what we need to do. And we haven't seen that yet. And I know one thing that we gotta do is just kind of turn that light on for her, and it's gonna happen. I think her best days are definitely ahead of her.
You went deep into your bench in both of those games. Is that a sign of things to come or just a result of kind of the early season opponents?
Everyone's getting better. Jasmine Cooper, I mean, she was on that bench, like the 9th or 10th person down there. I put her in. She knew what we were doing. She played very well. She got the minutes that she's earned. Top 40 kid showing up and doing her thing. I love what she can bring to the table. Kira's playing better. You gotta love Justice and Fitzgerald and how she run around and go after rebounds as if our lives depended on it. It's really neat when you got 15 players and any given day somebody can become something better. And I'm that coach will play anybody that earned it.
You've got a lot of new faces on the court, of course. A lot of new faces on the sideline, a new staff. What does that take as far as adjusting with all the coaching staff and the responsibilities that everybody takes on?
It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of focus from my side because when there's no games and there's no real responsibility, it's just everybody's doing their thing, it's really cool. But I always prepare for tomorrow's. And tomorrow's is, I might have to yell at a coach that I haven't yelled at. I have to tell a player that right now for this game you won't play. And we've been really cool, but now you're not getting what you want or what you think you've earned. And we gotta be able to massage that to the point where it still works well for the team. And I think that we have great people in our circle. I think that everyone's gonna want to be in the right frame all the time. But you gotta always see if it comes up short, how do you get us back into that hugging embrace? And I'm already prepared for that. I think that we're gonna be okay.
Sophie, I want to take things back to the start of your basketball journey. Who was the first person to put a basketball in your hands?
Probably my sisters. They both played growing up and I kind of just wanted to be like them. I wanted to do everything they did. So once they started playing, I practically begged my parents to let me play and the rest is history, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. The Syracuse women's basketball program has a rich, recent tradition of great Australian players. Yourself and Maddie Potts, Georgia Woolley before you, of course, the late, great Tiana Mangakahia. What is it about Aussies that makes you love Syracuse so much?
Honestly, I have no idea because the weather is not inviting at all. It's nothing like Australia, but I mean, I would just say Coach Jack for sure. She's an amazing coach, an amazing personality, and through the recruiting process, she was like super amazing. So I think that was definitely a big drawing factor. And then I came on my visit and the rest of the coaching staff was equally amazing.
Let's talk a little bit more about your relationship with Coach Jack. She recruited you here to Syracuse, but she's also told the story of the end of last season. She said that on the bus ride home after the last game, she told you that she needed you to come back in order to make this work. What was that conversation like?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a pretty deep conversation. There was a lot of ups and downs last year, and it definitely didn't end how we wanted it to end. So I think, with the transfer portal and everything like that, it's very much an option for people to leave nowadays when things don't go according to plans. I trust Coach Jack and I trust the program that we have here, and as much as it wasn't the season we wanted last year, I knew that this season was going to be better, and I knew that the coaches and everyone was going to do everything they could to make it that way. So I had full faith in Coach Jack, and I really just wanted to stick it out, and she had full faith in me, and that that really helped me in my decision. Yeah.
This new look team that the coaching staff has constructed, 8 newcomers along with the 7 returners. How have you been able to mesh together so well?
Honestly, the chemistry we have was pretty natural. I think from the summer, we all got along really well off the court, and I think that's really translated to on the court. Everyone's really bought into the process and bought into Coach Jack's system, and I think it really just happened naturally, which is pretty rare, I think, so it's very exciting for the team.
I know as a student athlete, you don't have much time outside of the court and the classroom, but what does Sophie Burrows like to do in her free time?
I like to read. I like to cook a little bit. I'm not a chef, have to put that out there. But yeah, I like to cook, I like to eat. I just hang out with my teammates, that kind of thing.
I feel like a lot of people don't know this about you, but you've played the last 2 seasons pretty much with a torn labrum in your non-shooting shoulder. This summer, you finally got the chance to have the surgery. How has that recovery process been for you?
It was definitely tough. I have never been out for an extended period of time, so that was a bit of an adjustment for me. All I wanted was to just be out there and be playing basketball, but it's got me to the point now where I'm playing comfortable and I'm not in pain anymore, which is amazing. So I'm just ready to go for the season.
So Sophie, you were selected as one of 3 captains on the squad this year. You're the longest tenured member of the roster. How has your leadership developed over time?
Yeah, I think I've definitely stepped into more of a leadership role this year. I think last year I was a captain, but I also had a lot of older teammates who were also captains. I think this year, having played under Coach Jack for the longest time, I think I'm really trying to step into that role and help my younger teammates and help the transfers who don't necessarily know the system as well as I do. But I think, having such amazing teammates around me, it really makes that leadership easy because everyone's like a sponge. We all just want to get better for each other, and I think that's been a really amazing process.
After having had an early look at your team this season, 2 things stand out. A lot more talent, a lot more size. What stands out to you about this team?
I think just the buy-in from everyone, the energy, the excitement, it's just, we've taken it up a notch in all aspects. So I think that's really the most exciting part because you can have as much talent as you want, but if everyone doesn't buy in, then you're not going to see it on the court. So I think we have talent, we have the buy-in, we have the energy from the coaches, the community, everything. And I really just think that we're going to go far this year, and I'm excited to see what happens.
And how have you seen the women's basketball fan base, Orange Nation as a whole, take to you and this team so far?
I mean, they've been amazing. We go out in the community, and as much as we try to give to them, they give us back tenfold. So I think, having them in the crowd, just seeing them in the community, that kind of thing, it really helps us and drives us to be better. So I think, just super grateful for everyone in the community for sure.
I know that you've really taken to the Syracuse community. I've read that you and Maddie Potts have done some community service work. Tell me a little bit more about that.
I think we've really tried to get into the community a lot in the last 2 years, this year especially. Last 2 weeks ago maybe, we went and did some urban gardening with a local primary school, and I think that was such an amazing experience. Not only did I learn a lot about gardening, which I'd never learned before, but just being out there in the community with the kids, I think it really puts into perspective, it's a lot bigger than basketball, and to be able to, be that figure for the younger kids, to have them strive towards something it really makes you feel good. And I think it's yeah, it just really puts into perspective like the position I'm in and how lucky I am to be where I am. So yeah, it's a really amazing experience.
So, want to thank you for coming down.
Thank you for having us.
Oh, it's our pleasure. It is so important because in our community, this is classified as a food desert. And a lot of the young kids have no opportunity. Their parents would have to go probably about a mile to get fresh vegetables. We're trying to get the kids to do more. We wanted to get the kids started at a young age, plus not only that, to show the neighborhood that we care, the kids care, and get some of these corner stores to have some fresh vegetables. And we'd like for you to help them to do that. And I'm gonna have the club get a chance to introduce themselves.
It's kind of easy. Do you know what you're doing? You better be doing, because I just got over here. Look how much I got left.
These are all grown from seed that the kids have put in rock wool and soil to grow. We're gonna transfer the seeds that have grown this far into some of our towers. The kids have really attached to it. The more we grow and do that for the kids, we want to start to educate them a little bit further, because we all know people are putting hydroponics right in their basement, getting tomatoes, lettuce, and various other vegetables. 2, 3.
Coach, your next opponent, Wagner, it's the end of the season opening 4-game homestand. What do you want to see from your team?
Better. I just want us to keep getting better. I want to keep us loving each other. I want to keep learning from our mistakes. I want us to keep understanding mistakes are a part of this game. It's called a microcosm of life. It's how you handle those mistakes is going to help you with the rest of your life. I want to keep going hard defensively. And I think that if we can continue to defend, we can have a chance. And we keep defending all the way through January, I think March is going to be really fun to be a part of.
Things will pick up after this Wagner match in terms of the opponents at the Invesco QQQ showcase at Mohegan Sun. What are you expecting from your team in that showcase?
Better. I just think that a lot of teams are better than us. A lot of teams are going to be better than us. And there might be the ones in Mohegan Sun. But we just want to be better than them for 40 minutes. That's it. We want to defend them for 5 minutes at a time. We want to box out 5 minutes at a time. We want to transition the way we do it. We want to talk and be passionate and enthusiastic the way we do it. And if we can do that for 40 minutes, we can be better than anybody in the country.
I know that you said you're expecting better. Any players in particular that you're looking forward to seeing what they can do in that environment?
No. One thing about our teams, even when we had a special player like Deasia Fair, it was never about Deasia. And then when you made it about Deasia, that's when Elena Rice showed up. And that's when Georgia Woolley showed up. And I think that when our team is so even keel in talent and skill set, that if I say I expect these 2 people to be the ones that I look at, I will eliminate the other 13 that could become. And so I coach a positionless team. I've always had a situation where Deasia wasn't a point guard or 2, she was just a player. Elena wasn't a 2 or 3, she was a player. You know, Stretch was just a player, and she started at the 5 for us. So I'm going to continue to do that, but I also want them to know that any given day, even if you struggle, we can still have success. But any given day, you can become that special player that goes for 25 and 15 and give us the success that we deserve. So just if there's no cap, there's no ceiling, there's no limitation on your success or what the potential success you can have. So let's just stay open to everybody, show up, and the ones that show out and become, we celebrate you with a hard hat.
How much of a bonus do you think it is to have the depth that you have now this year going into the level up in the non-conference schedule?
We got so blessed. We got so blessed with so many great players at the end of the signing period. When it all ended, when my coaches were considering taking head jobs and moving, I just made recruiting just my priority. And others were helping, but I stayed more locked in as if I was a recruiting coordinator. And we got it done. We got it done with some incredible talent, and we were able to solidify the 7 that could have transferred, but all stayed. And so to have these numbers and be able to, we got to play this team here. I'm going to go with this kid first. I'm going to go with that kid second. You have choices like this. It says a lot of what hard work does. And we worked hard to get this group together and to have them connect and like each other as much as they do. That's the blessing on top of a blessing.
Positional versatility on your team is something I've noticed in the first couple games. In the backcourt, Layla's brought up the ball, Dominique's brought up the ball, Camden's brought up the ball. How much of a benefit is that for you as a coach to know you have multiple players that can handle the ball and put your team in a good situation?
We have guard play, and this kid named Angelica Velez is the real deal as well. We have, if you got guard play, now I'm a post coach, I hate to say this part, you got a chance, more so if you had post play and no guard play. Last year we didn't have guard play, and we had a pretty good post play. I think that this year is going to give us a chance to dance a little bit.
What's the next step for your team to mesh together in these upcoming games?
We got to make layups. I'm not saying the three-point shot. I think we missed 20 layups against Stony Brook, and I think about 15 of it against Albany. Wide open, too much energy, throwing up against the back and clanking it. We got to own our power. You already made the move. You already see your best friend, which I call the backboard. And now you gotta do is kiss it, and you're good. We don't have to be with that nervous energy. I call it nervous energy when you lose yourself at the end. And once we learn how to handle and channel that energy as we're doing all the work and the plays already work, and all you gotta do is kiss it off the glass, we're gonna be fine. The three-point shot is gonna come and go, but the layups, we gotta come through on the layups.
Lastly, from Stony Brook, we've got to highlight the hard hat recipient presented by Bank of America. Why did Journey Thompson earn that honor?
She's been just doing all the little things, setting the screens, rolling, not expecting to get the ball, but if she's getting it, catching it and finishing. He's just running the floor like a deer, talking on the bench, encouraging the younger post players on what we do, how we do it here. I just think that, just seeing a young lady who came here last year was so over it, if you will. And coming to the East Coast was just getting her closer to home. I got that, I understood that. To now loving it, loving her teammates, laughing. I'm almost like sometimes having to say, hey, Journey, quiet down, I'm trying to talk. I couldn't get her to say a word last year. And so the game is amazing what it teaches you. It teaches you how to win with grace, how to not have a mini score as an opponent, but also have learned enough where winning still continues to happen. And you see young people emerge into the people they're gonna become. And Journey has been exemplifying that for the last month and a half. And for her to get the hard hat to do all those little things in a game situation, it was like poetic justice. Reaching kids, huh? Take a delicious game. Let's take the next person. We gotta get better with the person that went out there because she just liked me more than any of y'all. Because she knew it was gonna be a 400 win victory. She gonna say, I wanna show my coach how much I love her. I wanna go out there and get the hard hat.
I don't know, I thought it was a good win. I know we hit some adversity, but like Dom said, it was a good opportunity for us to work through it, so I thought we did a good job.
Let's go!
bring some life back into you guys?
I mean, yeah, I think for sure, but I think with us, it doesn't have to be like necessarily a single person. When we start playing off each other and like scoring, we all come to life, no matter who it is.
Every day you shape their skills, their confidence, and now their financial future. Introducing Bank of America Advantage Safe Balance Banking for Family Banking. A parent-owned bank account. A hands-on banking experience for your child. No monthly maintenance fee until your child turns 25. Their first debit card. Mobile and online banking access. Flexible parental controls right from where you manage your account. Set spending limits. Manage where they make purchases. View their account activity. When they're ready, they can grow into an account they own. The same account and debit card numbers with more features. Each step helps them on the path to financial freedom. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America.
This program is brought to you by the members of WCNY. Thank you.